As the curtains close on one show at York Theatre Royal, they're getting ready to open on another. But this one is a little different. 45 young people will be taking to the stage to perform an adaptation of Hetty Feather. And they've been working on bringing the characters to life in more ways than one.
Choosing a play for our youth theatre is always a big challenge because you've got a lot of young people that you want to give really significant roles in. Sometimes plays, even if they have a large cast, it's all about one person. Hetty Feather stood out because it's not like that, because you're creating big worlds. So you have the world of the school, you have the world of the circus, you have this kind of cottage idyllic world that Hetty grows up at. So what's really brilliant is that our whole company can make those worlds, can make it feel like you're in those worlds. So when the circus enters, you get not only a giant elephant, but we have a young person who's a contortionist. We've got young people who've been training for 2 months to do aerial skills, so they've done silks and hoops. And we've kind of made these big worlds, and every young person is, contributing to that in lots of different ways.
And inside one of those worlds is Elijah the elephant.
It's been a long process, and we've had to put it together from a lot of quite small materials. We've used bamboo and glass fibre rods, and generally lots of smaller pieces to create the skeleton. We started out with a model that our puppeteer made for us. So as you can see, it's made out of sections, and then we've got the tail and the head and the trunk. And we've just used this and then times the measurements on here by 10 to then create our bigger model elephant.
The life-size elephant has taken 26 hours to put together, but how are they going to bring him to life?
We've used the holes coming through the cardboard to allow the stage lights to shine through, which is a really, really important part of making something feel present. We've also been painting and covering it with cardboard to hide the skeleton and the plywood. So then the biggest part of making him come alive on the stage is the actual puppeting. So it's actually much more difficult than it looks. You can't just walk around holding the sticks because you have to really create the weight of the elephant. So you have to bend down and move upwards so that you're creating that kind of heaviness and pushing into the floor.
And it's hoped that Hetty Feather will bridge the generations.
I mean, we're so lucky in that Jacqueline Wilson has written this beautiful, amazing, touching story, which is basically about a young person's resilience and her sort of bouncing along her life and learning to react to things and developing some really strong friendships along the way to help her. And so it would be great if the audience just gets to see that and gets that feel of it. Lots of young people that come and see it have read the book, or there's a television series now, so they might have seen that, but also a lot of the parents may have read it either when they were slightly younger, or they may be reading it now to their child. And so it's a nice thing to make that world come alive, because it's different when you read it and then seeing that person. Our play opens with Hetty on a trapeze, and we just get that magic brought onto the stage right at the start. So it's lovely to be able to share that with an audience every night.
The show is set to take centre stage for 3 days and 4 performances from the 30th of August. And something tells me that Elijah the elephant won't be the only surprise in store. Abby Walker, That's TV.